Hello. Today we are going to be disassembling a computer battery. I've had this request a couple years back from an old neighbor. She wanted to know if you could actually refurbish these or fix them yourselves. Answer is no, you can't. These things are made so you can't touch them afterwards. It's supposed to be safer that way. I guess some ways they're right, because they gotta compact everything into this small battery. Well, relatively small. Um, if they made it any bigger, people would start complaining about it and whatnot, and it wouldn't fit in the computer. So today, let's just take it apart and see what's inside. So first, gotta take off the label. Figured this out, that this is the easiest way to do it. Yeah, so, oh, come on. Alright. Now we're getting feedback. Cool. Alright, so get up. Oh, man. Do you have a knife? That's what I really need. There we go. Got it under. Oh no. Now this process isn't going to be the same with all batteries. There we go. Oh. Shoot. Speaking of devil, normally this would have little openings, but not with this battery. Huh. What in the world am I gonna do now? Well, try doing it the nice civilized way, I guess. See if there's anything under this sticker. This one's supposed to, this battery is supposed to be for an HP notebook. Oh, shoot, what is it? 650/50 or something? I forget what it is. Supposed to be. Yeah. It's a MU06 notebook battery from HP. So, basically, I got this one off of my old school. I've had this for about now 4 years. And so, sometimes these things die for like no reason. And you can't charge it, your battery won't be able to hold a charge anymore. Even if you plug it in, it'll sometimes give you the warning, hey, your battery's not able to charge, time to get a new one. Well, that's because inside here, one of the 6 batteries, sometimes it's 12, no, sometimes it's 12, sometimes it's 9. It can range greatly depending on what brand you get. And it'll show that symbol because one of the batteries inside has short-circuited, either from too much heat or too much wear and tear on the battery, charging it and discharging it and all that other kind of stuff. But the rest of them are generally still good, so that's why I opened these up and I saved the insides. Now, I don't know if you could tell. Oh, yeah. You can tell the seam right there. I'm just going to try and crank it open. Now, this is the exact reason why these are not reusable, is because the casing is usually generally destroyed when you try and get into these things. There is no way to actually do it perfectly, and they designed it that way for safety reasons, so you can't put anything stupid in here, like an old battery or an expired one or something. They make it so it's not interchangeable, because generally you're not supposed to interchange batteries that are lithium. They got different capacities, different voltage cutoffs depending on the manufacturer and the model. They also probably don't want you throwing in fake ones in here and saying, oh, because of it's all because of whatever manufacturer's fault that this thing blew up. No, it's because you were stupid enough to put batteries, fake batteries, or rip-offs in there, and that's why they pretty much make it unserviceable. Safety. Oh, come on, don't tell me I gotta just whack it with a hammer. Ah, there we go. There we go. Oh, crap. So much super glue, holy cow. Okay, so I'm taking it by the seam. There's so much whatever manufacturing glue in here. Holy cow. Well, that's probably because they don't want to get it wet. No leaks, no tears, no nothing. Alright, let's just try and get... Oh. No scissors. Not in this project. No pliers. I could use something that's not sharp. Alright. Here we go, screwdriver for the win. So you don't need big silly things for doing stuff like this. You don't need no saws, no nothing. Especially, you don't want to do that when you kind of know that there's stuff in here that shouldn't be tampered with, like electrical. Never screw with electrical. Even though these batteries are safer than lithium ions. And there we go. You can see it. I don't know if you can see this on camera. Oh. But yeah, now it's starting to shift apart. And kind of no way to get this off right. I've been trying for the past couple of years whenever I get a new one in. There's no... Oh. Let's try and keep at it and just work my way down both of the... get on the back side of this. Alright. And now... Oh! Just gotta keep at it. And I don't know if you can hear it, but it's... Oh, God. It's gonna hurt. Okay, so it looks like those side pieces aren't gonna come off without a fight. Now, like I said before, you can probably see the red. Those are the batteries that I want to extract from here. And this case is so freaking tough. Holy cow. I don't know how I'm gonna do it this time. No. Ow. Nope. Nope. We're just gonna cut it. Nope. Can't use regular, so we're just gonna. Ow. Alright, now that I got that started, I can just hopefully. Whoop. Nope. Yep. Just take chunks out of it. Because this is so stupid. And, well. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, no, the sides aren't. They don't like to be messed with at all. These are made so that nothing can. Now remember, while doing this, if you guys do it at home, I don't recommend it. Again, all those safety things. Don't try this at home. But if you do, remember not to carve out the batteries, because those are it's just dumb if you do that. Alright, let's just put it. You'll get shocked. I know I have to put warning labels on a bunch of stuff. Oh, there we go. Okay, so just by using pure raw strength, and leverage and all that other wonderful stuff, physics, remember, it's there for you. You want to roll this. Oh, come on. Don't be a jerk. Come on. Ah, of course. There we go. I can just take a little piece at a time. And remember to roll away from the batteries. Even if it's plastic, it's still kind of sharp. And it is hard. There we go. Okay, so I'm getting more and more exposed. I kind of want to take this out because I'm on. I kind of want to take this out as one piece to show you, but I'm probably going to have to wreck it. Oh, come on. Come on. I really don't want to do this where it's just one piece after another, after another, after another. Okay. Goddamn. Okay. Now we get to the hard shit, because it's not going to want to... There we go. And I didn't damage anything yet. Alright. So, again, in theory, you could take this off as two pieces, but they glue it so well that it's just... Unless you're physically plying, because you can't get in there with any tool between the cracks. You can't... Oh, whoa. Maybe you can, actually. Yeah. But again, I wouldn't... Even if you could get it all off as one piece, you don't know how each battery is going to open up. Each manufacturer does it different, and unless you got the same battery pack, I wouldn't. There we go. That was hard. Alright, now the rest is easy. So, this is your standard, oh, jeez. 3S 2P battery. That means, that they're 3 in series and 2 parallel, meaning that this group of 3 is going to generate, each battery is 4.2 times 1, 2, 3, and you got 12.6, and then you put them in parallel to get more amperage out of it. So that way when you take it all, well, put it together, you can supply more power to your parts. It's kind of a wonder how they use all this to power up I guess a computer without a wall. Marvels me. Now, the rest of this should be easy. Oh, if you take a look on the inside, you can see the power control board. That determines, that reads out actually what each one is and shoves it into the computer. With all these pins on the outside. Oh, with all these pins. So this also takes care of the charging of the battery and everything else to regulate the voltage, the cutoff point, and all that other wonderful stuff, so the batteries don't overcharge and become useless, either by it short-circuiting itself or heating itself up to the point of it again short-circuiting, or under voltage, where this will get to the point, batteries get to the point where they won't be able to recharge themselves if you go below a certain voltage. So that all has to deal with the chemistry and all that other kind of crap, but yeah, you gotta watch out for discharging too much. And sometimes these don't actually do a good job at doing that. I believe most of the cases that these, the ones that I've taken apart that won't recharge anymore, are because that they've been either overcharged or under voltaged. And usually the under voltage ones that I come across, I've got a special battery charger that if you take these out and you throw them in there, you can get back the batteries to a perfectly healthy level of charge, and they generally work for a good long while after that. But that's not the topic of this video. So now I'm going to disassemble it. I'm just going to discard this this PCB or whatever. I'll show you later what it looks like. But that's no longer necessary for what we need, what I need to disassemble and take these batteries. Now, okay. Usually these are glued in by some kind of fucking glue. I hate glue and tape. Tape and glue. The worst things. And these are so snug in there. That's why, again, probably why, one of the reasons why you can't get these with a replaceable version, because they got to get this so tight in here in order to save space. Alright. Oh, wow, I was able to remove everything all at once. Cool. So, let me, try and remove some of the, oh, nope. Come on. I think this one's a bit fancy, isn't it? Okay, come on. Nope. Really hate this crap. I wonder if this is what I think it is. It is what I think it is. Okay. So like I said, that board, if you look really carefully, I'm pretty sure that this yellow wire coming out is the thermistor. Now that tells the board how hot the battery pack is, since it's placed right next to anything. And I think they got another one on this side. Yep, they got another one right here. So between that one and that one, it shows how hot the batteries are. So in lithium ion, you're not supposed to really heat these up too much. Unlike oh crud. Well, that's going down. There's no way I'm bringing that back up. But unlike lithium ion, nickel based. Nickel doesn't matter if it gets really hot and stuff, but during the charge of lithium ion batteries, you got to make sure not to overheat them or it'll damage their life capacity. Well, heating them up in general is kind of bad for lithium batteries. So they got temperature sensors to make sure that they got 2 of them on this battery, but it's to make sure that they don't overheat when they're charging or discharging, for that matter. That can be changed by a manufacturer by adding more batteries in parallel to so that the voltage and amperage, well, mostly amperage, doesn't overload the wires and heat everything up. So if you got a smaller amperage, there's less heat usually. And if the amperage is spread across, there is less. So yeah. So now let's take these apart. Alright, so now that you got your battery all undone and it's out of the casing, it's more flexible. They got some flexible joints, as you can see, right? Yep, there we go. So these are both positive, these are both negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. Okay, and we're gonna, yep. No, oh, negative, sorry, negative and positive. See how the positive ones have like a little bit of circle on the top versus just the flat bottom. So I believe in most lithium manufacturing, lithium ion manufacturing, they do this because they usually put some kind of circuit on there for amperage cutoff. So that's a safety feature of most lithium ion batteries that I like. Now, most of the time you'd have both. There'd be a string right here. The string you see right here, from going from that to that. There'd be two, one on each one. But these guys seem to have cheaped out and only put one. Which means that maybe this was only rated for not even 5 amps, maybe, at peak. Because the construction's just kind of shit on that, if that is the case. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you got your clippers or whatever. You want to do this nice, clean, and then you can nice and quick. You can clean it up later, because again, you want to make sure you don't do it. And right now you can touch anything really inside here. Just make sure nothing else besides these 4 are touching. If you get any spare wires, like the board, I wouldn't want to touch it against the board after I clip this. So if you're doing this at home, which I don't recommend unless you're trained or whatever YouTube has to say about that kind of shit. And there you go. And then for this one, just 1, 2, 3. Oh, crap. There. And now you gotta set it to. I'm gonna do this for the rest of them because it's the way you do it. Peel everything off. And again, this is kind of, ooh, yeah, no, they only did it with one connection. Most of them have 2 because, again, it'll heat up and usually causes some kind of massive screw up. Now, if you're worried about safety, you gotta always get your insulated handle. Don't get your cutters with just the metal on the outside. You know, you want to have it wrapped in some kind of plastic or some bull like that. Oh, yep, that one's done. And then the last one is just peel this off. And right now, as long as you don't touch anything, again, it should just be... Ooh, no. Actually, you do want to be careful with that. Because those jerks, whoever designed this was really bad at it. They put the negative and positive super close on this thing. If you can see that. I need to turn down my lighting. Alright, because if you see that... Alright, ooh, let's get the second webcam. No, we're not going to do that. Alright. But yeah, if you see those 2 solder points right there, well, you see the lead coming off this one right here, going right into the board, and then you see that yellow one on this side coming right off to the board. Those are the 2 leads on this battery. This is somewhat stupid, I would think. I didn't really think of placement of this. There we go, that's the negative cut off, so that's good. Positive, okay. So there we go. Now this is a piece of junk. This is the other reason why you can't really service these batteries, is because you gotta cut all these connections, and then if you really wanted to do it, you'd have to find the nickel stripping because this is probably nickel, or yeah, they use generally nickel in this situation. And you got to find that, and you got to find a tacker, and you just got to do all these extra steps in order to actually do it. But you can do it if you really wanted to. I mean, I got half the case technically there. I mean, this board will still technically work if you unsolder all the joints and then attach your leads to them, but at this point it's basically a lost cause, because you got to go through each of these batteries separately in order to diagnose which one is the bad one, and it's usually just one or two. Anywho, now we're getting to the real, I guess not technical stuff, but more interesting. You just gotta put your pliers right there, to the stuff, and just roll it. And generally, you come off halfway decent. Now, some of these, okay, so some of these, let's go over here. Let's go there. Some of these leave a mark of some kind. There, you see those 4 tack marks on them? Yeah, that's what they really heat up a piece of metal, sharp metal, and attached a piece of strip with some just metal to metal welding. And they have to do it really quick, otherwise, again, the battery life will go away because of the heat if you heat it up too much. That's why you got to buy a special tack welder for that. Same thing with the bottom. When you cut off all the wires, just grab your strip, it's excess, and just roll it. Okay, and again, you can see, come on, see, yep, there's tag marks there. Now those you can either, I guess, just pull at with some pliers or whatever. Normally I just kind of leave it alone unless it's really pointy, and then I'll fiddle with it a bit. Now, when you're doing this, make sure, if you're doing this, hypothetically speaking, of course, if you do this, remember to never let any wires from the top of the battery go to the bottom. Never have that. Never have a wire connecting either of them, because that'll short out the battery. It'll get really hot, and I'm pretty sure these ones won't break or bust or, you know, explode into fire, but it'll get really hot, which could lead to a fire, but it won't immediately, you know, burst into flames. So you never want to do that. So when you're done with them, make sure that they're in a proper place. Make sure that you store them not too hot, not too cold, kind of like room temp. Alright, so you see the wire that I'm just peeling off here. You just gotta make sure that that doesn't touch the top. Ooh, okay, or bottom, yep. And by top or bottom, the negative and positive lead should never touch. Anywho, again, just grab it and just roll it. Don't have any fear, because the positives, as long as they don't touch the negatives, will never complete a circuit. So you'll never get shocked. Now, again, you want to leave the wrappings on these, because the outside of most of this battery is just is a negative contact lead. So if you scratch it, it's fine. Just make sure that it doesn't connect with the top, because that'll lead to some problems. Again, clean these up. Grab the tack marks. You know, they're kind of like, yeah, poking at me. And then I just reuse these after I charge them up and for projects and doodads and things. But it'll never be a laptop battery. Okay, it'll never most likely be a laptop battery ever again. I say that because I'm actually working on a laptop battery or a laptop that uses these and are interchangeable. So, I mean, I kind of realize the importance of it being all one module instead of what I'm doing, which will waste time and space. Well, mostly space. So again, this is sometimes you can't get it all, and it'll shred itself when you're trying to roll it. Don't worry, you can always go back over. There. And most of these come off clean if you roll it. That's the trick. If you just try and pull it out, it'll shred. There. And because if you just pull it, well, sometimes it'll work, but sometimes it'll also shred. There we go. I don't really want to try that out. I really don't want to clean up batteries. Okay. Alright, so now that I've got these out. Yep. Okay. Yeah! Alright, okay, let's put one of these down so I can work with one at a time and make some predictions afterwards. Now, one of these batteries I know is going to be either most likely dead or one or two. And they're not going to be able to recharge. That's the fact. Now, I can bring out my voltmeter. We're gonna see which ones have a charge still to it. Alright, on. We're gonna set this to volts. Yep, okay. Positive and negative. This one's 1.15. This is probably going to be your dead one. 1.15. Are these all going to be 1.15? 1.08. 1.08. 1.11 and 1.11. Okay, so you saw how... No, yeah. Shoot, I should have put that on the screen. So, if you remember, there were sets of three in a row and by two. That's exactly what the voltage will say. Okay, wait until I get a good thing on that. So 1.15, 1.15. So they'll have the same voltage. 1.08, 1.08, 1.11, 1.11. Well, that's very confusing. That means that I'm pretty sure that actually all these batteries are going to be, they're all still good. The problem was this thing then. This thing didn't cut off the voltage at, oh man, they're supposed to cut off the voltage at anywhere from 3 volts all the way down to like 2.7 volts. And if a battery ever gets below that, it will not recharge it, which is actually safe. But this thing didn't catch it in time before it got to those levels. That's the problem here. Now, I'm going to try and recharge these using my charger, all of them. It's going to take a couple hours to do it, but I'm pretty sure I can get these 6 batteries back in a working order, and I'll see you later then, because that's the end of this video. Very successful. 6 new batteries torn off, and an explanation of why basically these batteries are never going to be used in a laptop again, and why I had to tear it down. Because, well, basically the computer decided, hey, we screwed up. The battery's discharged to a certain level, which is what they're supposed to do if they go below, I guess, 2.7 or something. That's just a random number, usually the cutoff value of these batteries. If it goes below that, hey, maybe it has a short circuit, and maybe we shouldn't be dumping voltage into it because it could be a fire hazard. And that's what this thing thought. But it looks like all these batteries are still good. They're holding the voltage over 4 years after charging it, and so as long as they hold the voltage and they didn't go down to like below a volt or something, below half a volt. Usually I can't bring them back after below a volt or half a volt, somewhere around there, and then these things are permanently gone because chemistry. It's more or less that. So well, at least one safety measure worked, but it didn't save this battery pack from under voltage. Alright. See you guys later.